First technique that I'm going to show you guys is clutch kicking. So I'm gonna shift first, get some speed, go second. Now, what you have to know. First, we always will aim towards the outside of the corner so we can get more space when we initiate. Then we keep about mid RPMs. You want to leave RPMs because when we push the clutch, it's more of a push rather than kick, guys. When we do the clutch kick, or basically push the clutch, while we hold the gas, we want to be mid RPMs because we want to force the rear wheels to spin very fast. Therefore, we're going to lose traction on the rear. And that's what is going to cause exactly this. Keep gas, turn the wheel, push the clutch or clutch kick. You see? Exactly. This is what happens. We're breaking loose in the rear and we're entering drift. Keep in speed, push the clutch, and then you can modulate your throttle, get past the corner, and voila. So let me do a perfect showcase. I'm gonna try to say all the actions, basically talk it out. While I'm doing it, we're going towards the outside of the corner, keeping mid RPMs, turn the wheel, push the clutch, lift off, catch the drift, basically, and now we modulate through the corner so we can keep the drift going, maintaining the drift like we talked in the first episode of how to drift. Now I'm gonna show you a mistake that some people might do is keeping very high RPMs. What is this going to happen is when you clutch kick, you actually understeer, and there goes the wall. You ask why this happens? Remember when I mentioned that we need some RPMs more to force the rear wheels to spin so we can break loose on the rear. This is why we don't go full ham on the specific gear that we're using and using all the RPMs that we have. That's why you want to keep about mid-range, 5,000-6,000, and you should be perfect, guys. Now, why this will happen is because there is no more room for the engine to build more power. You're at the top of the RPMs, therefore the engine cannot produce enough power to force the rear wheels to spin faster than the front ones to break loose and enter oversteer, and that's why you actually go into understeer, because you're already on the top of the power. This is why you want, guys, to be on the low to mid level of the RPMs, so you leave some room for the engine to build up this power, force the rear wheels to spin way faster than the front ones, which will cause you to lose traction and you will go into drift. Basically, you enter oversteer and therefore you catch the drift and maintain the drift through the corner. So the whole logic of the clutch kick drift entry, guys, is very simple. As we hold even throttle and then we push the clutch in, what this is going to do is gonna rev the engine up. We're gonna jump onto the high RPMs, and then when we release the clutch as we hold the throttle, the engine is gonna send very big surge of energy towards the rear wheels, and therefore it's gonna cause us to lose traction on the rear, and therefore we oversteer and we enter drift. That's the whole logic of it, nothing complicated.